Welcome to another edition of Timberwolves Fastbreak Inside Target Center. He is Kevin Lynch. I am Annie Sabo. The Wolves suffer their first overtime loss of the season to Denver, 100-98, the final here. However, we did see a lot of positive from this game, especially in the fourth quarter. The Wolves were able to overcome a 16-point deficit, but ultimately Jokic seals the deal with that final two for Denver. What did you like from this game moving forward, Kevin?
Well, one thing that wasn't positive was Minnesota's three-point shooting.
Yes.
6 of 45, that's not going to get it done. That's not going to beat any team in this league when you're shooting that poorly. But it's just one game, and we move on to Detroit here coming up. But I thought the grittiness of that lineup of Towns, Wiggins, Okogie, Covington, and Travion Graham kind of early on in the fourth quarter for Minnesota got the Wolves back into this game. It was pretty much over at that point, I thought, with that 16-point lead by a very good Denver team. But Minnesota comes charging back. They make a ball game of it, and they take it to overtime to lose. But I thought the toughness, the grittiness, whatever you want to call it, was in a healthy amount, I hear, from Minnesota at the end of the ball game, and that was a good thing.
And to compete with one of the better teams in the West, definitely great signs for the Wolves. Let's take a look at the final numbers here. Kevin, you mentioned the not-so-positive aspect of this game. 6 for 45 from three. That's not going to get the job done. However, turnovers a little bit better. Minnesota with 13, and points off turnovers. Minnesota cashed in with 17 points there. Let's hear now from head coach Ryan Saunders on that final play of overtime.
We knew they were going to switch everything, so we tried to get a slip to the basket. We heard them call out a slip early. We tried to get, they ended up switching. They did a nice job of it. And then we just didn't get a good look.
Taking a look at the Wolves' upcoming schedule here on Fox Sports North. The team getting on an airplane right now to go to Detroit to face the Pistons. Our coverage begins at 5:30. Then the team back home for the next two to face San Antonio and Washington. Both begin at 6:30 on Wednesday and on Friday. Kevin, tough loss. Probably one of the toughest of the season so far to date. However, the team has to regroup, get ready for Detroit, who could have a starter return to the lineup on Monday.
Yeah, Blake Griffin looks like he hasn't played so far this year because of an injury. So, you put that guy in the lineup with Andre Drummond, one of the best big guys in this league, a tough competitor on the glass, leading the NBA yet again in rebounding. It's going to be interesting to see how Minnesota matches up against those two big guys inside. And I tell you what, Andre Drummond has had some huge games against Minnesota, just rebounding like there's nobody's business. So it's going to be a tall order for Minnesota. Second game of a back-to-back. You're traveling as well. Detroit's sitting in Detroit right now, resting for Minnesota, getting ready. So it's going to be a tall order for the Wolves.
Got to see how this team's going to rebound. We will see you tomorrow for Wolves Live beginning at 5:30, and that'll do it for this edition of Timberwolves Fast Break.